February air, a winter's hush, a different kind of love, a sacred rush. For the roses is all the fleeting glance, before the scales and a fighting chance. We're the phoenix nesters watching from the wire, seeing shadows fall, fueling the fire. Every story buried, every silent tear becomes a promise whispered, conquering the fear. Oh, Lady Justice, can you feel the shift arise? A love for the truth deflected in our eyes. We're turning the pages, breaking all the locks. This is our true crime, resetting all the clocks. They sold you a story, a neatly packaged lie, but the threads are unraveling under a watchful sky. From the cold case files to the digital trace, we're finding a heartbeat in this forgotten space. Oh, Lady Taro space, can you feel the shift arise? A love for the truth reflected in our eyes. Return the pages, breaking all the locks. This is our true crime, resetting all the clocks. From the ashes of silence, a new day is born. For every lost soul, a promise is sworn. The blindfold is lifting, steady and slow. A garden of justice is starting to grow. A shift to arise, pure justice. A Lady Justice.
Brian has been essentially convicted in the media. He has a right to have this information withheld, brought out in public, so that people can see it's not this neat little package. So people can start to wonder if Brian's innocent. Your Honor, Brian is innocent. So if I talk about things that are in the affidavit, and if I talk about things that we're seeking that the state wants to hide, I think that's fair game for the public to hear.
Fair game for the public to hear. And boy, the public is here to hear. Welcome in. My name is Phoenix, and this is Phoenix Talks. And I hope that every single one of you is ready for this, because there are some random people that probably were never interviewed or talked to that we are not sure or aware. And yesterday, I want to make something very clear. I am not married to the theory that this could have been an accidental overdose cover-up. I was just saying that it is a possibility in this case, as with all these other theories that you hear. We're not conspiracy theorists. We are here to find the truth, whatever that may be in the Idaho 4, because slowly and surely, a lot of people are realizing, if you haven't already, that we are not getting the full truth. So if you are here and you believe that this community shows up for one reason, and that is to find the truth, challenge the narratives, demand clarity that we're seeking, and never stop asking questions, then thank you for being a part of that mission. And if this sounds like you, welcome home. If you are trolling, please keep scrolling. It's better to stay quiet. The best spies are always the silent ones. So just like they say about farts, right? The most silent, the most deadly are the silent ones. I had to throw that in there. Y'all, we have not had a moment of fun in this stream in a while. And I just want to ask you a question. I'm going to give you an icebreaker question. Are you guys ready for it? Ty- All right. Sometimes I just crack myself up. Yes, I have been getting great sleep, great wet rest. I want to welcome every single one of you in. Hey, Lulu Bell, Nesters. Yes, we do have the best, trendiest mods in all of the internet. Hello, Donna Rosa. Good to see you. I can't wait for this live stream. You know, I haven't even drank all my cold pressed protein coffee. Sometimes I like to make cold brew and just throw a little bit of protein in it and mix it up. About 20 grams of protein. It's really good. So I appreciate you being here. And coffee, gotta get that coffee in. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Becca. Good morning, Eric. Good to see you. Lulu Bell. Obviously, it is hump day. Yes, Wednesday afternoon, the 18th of February. And I actually, while sitting here, I am letting my lemon rolls rise. Yes, lemon rolls. I have been adding new content for my other channel, Loaf and Home. And you know, spring is in the air. When I make my spring rolls, my lemon rolls, you know that spring is in the air. And yes, it's possible. I live in Arizona. We miss all of pretty much winter here. We go right into winter, spring, summer real quick within a matter of weeks. Afternoon, I hope you're feeling better. I am, Essie Michael. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I'm running a little behind today, but we are getting there. Hey, awesome, Phoenix, wonderful mods and fellow nesters. Glad to be here with you. Absolutely. We've got some OGs. Hey, you made it, Marissa. I haven't seen the email from you, but I will wait for you to get me everything you need. And I've also been asked to help with another case that is not national news, and justice has not been served there. My eyes are bad today. I'll just be listening. I hear you, Becca. I did some research last night and my eyes were hurting so bad. I said, you know what? I'm just putting the phone down. I'm going to bed and I got what I got. And that's what we're going to go over today. So I did plan just a little bit. I had to do some screenshots and some video recording. Maybe that's why I'm slow. No coffee this morning. Going to do it now. Yeah, grab something to drink. Grab something to eat. I had some blueberry sourdough toast. That was the last of that loaf. And I've got 5 loaves in the fridge that I need to bake later on. I'm dealing with autoimmune crap. I can't pre-plan. I hear you. And you guys are going to laugh. Yes, I make my own chocolate chips. I've got a recipe that I'll put up on my other channel. If you ever want to just make your own chocolate chips, no crap, no preservatives, all fresh, I'll do it. Welcome in, Lulu Bell. Everybody else, he says. That's what Caleb says. Now, I talked about this random guy yesterday that we found in the footage, and I want to just play a clip, okay? One, I want to clarify. This person looks like Hunter Johnson to me. A lot of people said the same thing. Now, I still shotted this clip, but I want you to be very clear. The reason I said it looked like him was not just because it was a still, his hair, his clothing. You had to go watch the video. Did anybody drop a 1 if you went to go watch that silent video? I did, obviously. And watch the way the individual walks, not just the still shot that I shared. I got so much backlash for how do you all these college kids look alike? Number one, this person never wears a hat. I've never seen this person in a hat ever. And it's the gait. Now I have this on half speed as we're watching this. Once they open the car door, you can see a glimpse. And once they begin walking, clearly when the light turns on, that is how I think we're seeing Hunter Johnson. Now, if Emily fell asleep early and he wanted to go party with the whatever, I get it. He was obviously in graduate school, working on his master's, a little older, maybe wanted to be on the party scene a little bit more. And sometimes guys like that, in my humble opinion and logic, don't want to be tied down. And if he wanted to go party, I'm sure he would leave and go party, or leave and go hang out with friends, or just leave and go take a drive or go to the store or do something. I believe a lot of men do that, even married men. Okay. And they want to be their own people. So this individual, it is on half speed. This individual does get out of the vehicle, which you'll see in a minute, in that truck. And I have looked everywhere for the truck with Maddie and Kaylee, and I can't seem to find it anywhere. So if you guys have it, let me know. And here he comes up walking. Okay. Does Hunter Johnson have a twin? I believe this was not some random guy. Whoever drove this truck, I obviously replayed it. Whoever drove this truck actually was staying at 1118. Okay? Now, I just wanted to clarify that. It looked like Hunter Johnson to me. How about you? We're all entitled to our own opinions. So, with that being said, I am going to play the next clip for everyone here of this rando man. And it was just by chance that I caught this guy. And I want to talk about this guy for a second as soon as this thing loads. Let me know if you guys can see the video, because on my end, it's not playing. Let me just see if it, yes, stated my opinion yesterday. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I believe it is from the videos that I've seen, the walk, the gait, all that good stuff. Yeah, that's 1118. Let me just see if I can get this added back up here. For some reason, it doesn't want to load. Let me try this one more time. And if this doesn't want to load, I'm going to go right over here and we're going to watch it in real time. Let me share my screen and let's go check this out. All right, here we go. Now, this is the 1:43-ish time frame that we are going to be looking at right now. Let's see if this one works. Let's see. Why is this not coming? Just got here, off today, made close to time. Phoenix, hello. Have a migraine. You know, a lot of people have been telling me they've been having some weird stuff going on in their bodies. So I just hope that you guys are feeling better. Okay. This is the raw footage. Jules over at True Crime Reactions. And this is the 1:43:40 time frame. Let's watch this video. And I want to get your take. Who cares about my take? Let's get your take. I have played this video at half speed playback. You are going to be looking at the bottom right corner of the screen when this guy pops in here. Okay? He's going to pop in any second. And you can kind of see the light on 1119, which is way across the street. There's a light in that window. And this guy seems to walk from underneath the balcony, walks up the stairs. Okay, and then he becomes I guess the camera shined on and turned it to daylight hours. You see his shadow. You see him walking up. I've stopped it for 1 second. Did you guys notice anything? Now, I know the background story behind these clips is that the police got all these clips in like 5-minute increments and they had to clip it together. Something of that nature. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what I understand. Now, watch this guy's shadow when he gets up. Yes, they've blurred this individual out. Yes, they are in a black and white flannel with some jeans and white tennis shoes. But watch what happens in the clip. There's another shadow behind him. And this shadow disappears as this shadow comes forward. There are actually two guys, I believe, right in this clip. And the reason I'm going to slow it down to 0.25 really slow is that there is somebody else behind them. They have totally erased. There, they shadowed him out. Number one guy is right up to the door, but it doesn't look like he goes to the door. And I'm narrating this because I want you to see what I saw, and I want to know if you see something else, anything in addition. They erased the other guy, and they still have all this blacked out for some reason. Shadow is now gone away. There's only one guy standing on the balcony, and it doesn't even look like he's going to go in the door. I don't even know if he knocked. But he goes to the side of the balcony where you can't see him, but you can still see his shadow, which his shadow is still there. He's standing there, and this car pulled up. Now, I don't know where he goes. I still see his shadow there. I'm playing this in 0.25. Either he just jumped over the balcony, or he's still somewhere where this car is maybe giving him some type of signal. I don't know where this random guy went. Maybe they got the wrong house. It says 1112. I don't know who this guy is. Police have to know who it is. They got the audio and the video on this unredacted, and they could probably clearly see some faces. Just like at the corner club, they know who all those individuals are. Now, guy's shadow is gone. I don't see his shadow anymore on the right side. Okay. The other guy is now gone. And watch kind of what happens when this car is sitting there watching. I don't know if they're on the phone. Don't know anything going on right now because they have given us this footage silent. There is no audio, nothing. But don't you think this looks a little sketch? A car that comes into the neighborhood, backs in, and is just sitting there. Now, where they're at is a line of sight right into 1122. Did he fly away? I don't know. Maybe he jumped over the balcony. I don't know. But I'm going to put this into regular speed. Well, let me go half speed or 75. That'll speed it up a little bit. So then we're going to see what the car does, which sits there for a minute, hot minute, watching, I don't know what. Yeah, Miss Taylor now he comes back, the shadow comes back. So he had to have been sitting there waiting for some signal from this car. That's the only thing that I could gather. I mean, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that he was waiting for a signal to enter? Was the guy looking for the guy in the car? Was the guy in the car looking for this guy? Where did they drop him off and he was walking around the neighborhood? It looked like there were two individuals. And then one disappeared and one enter this house? Where did this guy go? Just vapor? I didn't see the door open. Who wears black at 2 a.m. in the morning? Either burglars or someone up to no good. True. Masked men don't walk around during the daytime. It's only in the wee hours of 2 a.m., it appears. Everything happens between 2 and 3 a.m. Now, I'm letting this play on because I'm going to go back in a minute and I'm going to show you what it looks like when the door does open and someone goes inside this house, this rental where the sorority girls live. I believe there is one individual that lives there. Don't quote me on that. And let me grab another video real quick so that we can all see this together. Now, while that plays, tell me if you see anything else odd while I grab another clip so you can actually see at 3:30 in the morning when it's still dark what it looks like when someone does walk into that house. Now, this whole security camera debacle, and when I say it's a debacle, because if you remember in the MPD files, the brother of one of the girls who lived here wanted police to have the footage before something happened to the footage. If you all remember that little thing, the brother calls the FBI and says, look, I want you to get this before it gets erased or something happens to this footage. That was the brother of one of the women who lived there. And obviously we can go back and we can look at all that. Let me grab this picture, this video. And here it is. This is, they leave at 3:30 in the morning, I believe, 30 something. 3:30. I want to just benchmark it and take a look at 3:30 to see. I mean, where did this guy go? Did these women know that this guy was lurking around their house? That's just freaking scary to me. 3:30-ish. Okay, hold on. Here it is. All right. I'm going to stop this video real quick. I'm going to put this video up here so that you can actually see what we're looking at. So when this door opens, you can kind of see the difference. Okay, you can see the door open and they come from right there. So when they open that door, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Let me just see again real quick. Screen door opens. Let me go and get a picture of that house again. Hold on. So the door is in the middle. There is no screen door. The door opens. Hold on. Let me show you a picture. Let me see how the door opens. The door opens left It opens left to right when you're coming out. So it opens right to left when you push it open. So this guy had to have been standing right over here, could have jumped down here. And let me see. It was a female that had the car burglar issue that ran up to Gundy and gave him the thumb drive and he put it in his vehicle. Yeah, absolutely. Well, remember, she had said, and that's why the camera was missing at that time. She had said that she was going to give him the disc, but she was going to mail them the videos. And I guess maybe they took the light bulb down, took the SD card out, because some of those do have the SD card inside them. And it looks like they have two light switches outside, one on the left and one on the right. I want to grab another picture of that residence because I've been told, and I'm just going to verify it. I might as well go on a little field trip on a live. I've been told that there is a back door. And I didn't know this. A back door in the basement. I don't know. Hold on a minute. Let me see what I could find. I do see one thing for sure is that there are two lights on this house. There is a window there. So the guy had to have been standing in front of this window. I mean, how did these people not know that somebody was on their porch? I mean, at 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:44, 2 o'clock, I'm just thinking to myself, there had to have been some inside there. You can definitely, I mean, it doesn't make sense. I'm sure they had curtains, or we've seen the inside of this house before. I've showed you several pictures where there is a downstairs basement, but I never saw an exit. And we talked about it being a fire hazard if there was no exit. So clearly you can see 1127 across the street from this angle. The kitchen's there. You would open the door. It goes right to left and then left to right, leaving. And this house is extremely close to the 1118. They would have to be able to hear everything going on. I mean, look how close this house is. We've seen it in videos before. Look how close the house is. Like, this is someone's bedroom right here. Walking up the steps, you could probably hear somebody in this bedroom. Even walking where that car was parked, you have a line of sight right to the front door at 1122. They were ready to go out. They were getting ready to go out. Who was getting ready to go out? I don't know what that means, but I'm looking at 1112. On the opposite side, I mean, from all angles, you would probably be able to see somebody browsing around or being a peeping Tom or somebody going to break into your car, especially if they're awake. Now, this is the living room, and then the basement is right down these stairs. There's a bedroom on this side, so you'd be able to see from all angles inside that house. And you could see 1119 from inside this house. I mean, these are all shots available online. You can see every single angle of this house. And this house seemed to have everything going on, right? You can see the 1119 from this window in the kitchen. On the other side of the house, you can see the street out here on Queen, aka King. Yeah, basements need an exit too. Basements need an exit in case of a fire or a window. You need to break that window, break fire, something. I mean, it's regulated. So if there was a basement in 1122, there had to been maybe a window or some type of exit, emergency exit. Because remember, the house looked like this even before they started to renovate this house. There was a shed out front. There was this big window here. The door was a glass window. This was kind of almost the same. The woods, there was a fence here. There was some type of barrier fence. It wasn't opened. It looks totally different than what we see today. The facing, the facade, the side yard, everything else. So this house at 1122 had to have been able to see a bird's eye view. That's what I call it. I would just say, I think everybody would agree to a bird's eye view because you see it. Now, I don't know who this other guy was, but this rando man that we see traipsing around in the early mornings, let me go back to this video. I don't know where the other guy disappeared to. Did the other guy get spooked and run back down and go underneath the porch and then this guy stayed? I don't know, but I never have seen any movement of where this guy went. I've watched the timestamps to see where this guy could have possibly gone. And I wondered, are these two in any way related to the unalivings of the Idaho 4? Now, everything in these released videos from Moscow police don't make much sense with the time in the audios. But what makes sense to me is these 2, possibly 3 random people. I wonder if they knew they were ever going to be on video cam. Did they not look? Just saying, if all these people were from Boise, like the documents say, if all these people were from Boise, they would have to have at least cased out the joint, maybe known that maybe there was cameras up here. Were there more than one camera in the light sockets? I don't know. We don't get to see all that. We only know of one. And if all these individuals were investigated, were indeed from Boise, and ISP followed, and the FBI followed a couple of individuals that were in Boise, then who could these 2 individuals possibly even be? Some rando guys that just were, I don't know, did he try to unlock the door? Did he try to wiggle the door? Was he going around looking? Because not only do we see these 2 individuals, 1.5, one was erased, but you also see another guy walking around earlier in the night. If you guys remember that one, off to the left side, trying and looking at 1118. Was somebody casing this area? Was somebody on foot looking to break in? Well, we do know from past filings, there had been some people, cars, that had been violated. Now, this at 149 is probably the sober driver dropping off, per the records, a couple of people that lived at the 1127. And obviously, Peyton gave his statement that he backed his vehicle up, and this car does back his vehicle up and leaves. And did nobody else see these other people walking around the neighborhood? I mean, did they case the joint out? Is that what they were doing? I don't think this was all random. People knew who these individuals were. Do you even believe this was targeted, or do you believe that this was random? Drop it below what your thoughts are on this. All the houses are very strange. Let me go back and read some of these. Wow, daytime 1122 is so very close. Absolutely. That is so close. Somebody's bedroom had to have been able to hear. They had to have heard something. if you look at the general proximity, now I know 1118 has a back door. We've talked about that before. You could go right through that back door, never be on camera, never be seen, and you would be able to just skedaddle over there right from the back of this door. I'll grab that picture so you can see. 118 King Street. You'll be able to see it in a minute. Hold on, let me grab it. This door is right in the back. I mean, all these pictures are online. They've removed a couple of them, not much. Let me see if I can find it on Zillow. See all photos. No, I have to find an outdoor picture. Hold on. Let me see. I think the only one that's going to give me a really good picture of this house is the police cam. Hold on, let me grab a body cam. I think that is probably going to be the only true picture that I'm going to get. Hold on. And let me see. Let me see if I can just find the right one, because Warner has a good picture of the front and back. Snyder has a good picture. And here, I'll just use Gunderson's real quick. He's got a pretty good picture from the back side. Let me just tee it up for you and you can take a peek. All right, here's one. Okay, here we go. Right there. You can see this house right there. Ah, shit. No, you can't because I didn't add it on here. Okay. Technology. Gotta love it. All right. Murphy.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Poor Murphy. Going out the back.
I know you're a little late to the party, but the just anybody that comes and goes out of here, just start a crime log on your end.
Bam, right there. You know, I've always thought that this guy was standing here watching everything going on, because allegedly the log house is where there was a party. And in some of the pictures with all of these frats and sorority people, there was a party that Ethan and Xana was on this deck right out back. And there were other people, other pictures that have pictures of this left side house, the log house. I mean, this was a small community. Most of these kids probably knew each other. But on the 118 house, right next to, you can see the stairs going up to the 1112 that had the security camera. Right at 118, there are actually 3 exits to this house. The back door you see right here, which leads right to the backyard, up the steps to 1122, a side on the back that leads to the front and to the side in the back, and right about 30 feet away from 1112. So these houses were fairly close together. Okay. Now we know that most of these have basements. We know for a fact many of these houses did have basements. We went and walked the, neighborhood. You can see them all there. And there's so many people that probably knew each other. Did you catch the 2 coming out of the house around 249 across? And yeah, we did. We talked about this earlier. Okay, now in this footage, you can see the backyard, and that is how close this is. And you will never be seen on any cameras. If you left 1118 and you came out the back door or the side door and walked up to this house, walked up to this front door, you would never be seen on any video cameras, because this video camera faces the front. How easy would it to be to come home at 1:44 and then slip into somewhere else if you knew that people were awake and having a party, that you weren't ready to go to bed as a young guy? Think about it. What if there were multiple crimes taking place simultaneously, and they were unaware of the other crimes? That is a possibility. There is another theory. That is a can of worms in the Idaho 4 with all these theories, because the authorities have never said this, and this is the outcome. We know that Brian Kohberger is factually innocent. We know that his DNA was not at this crime scene, nor his own residence, nor his campus office at the school at WSU. We know that it was not in his car, not in his possession, not on any of his private items found in Pennsylvania, nowhere to be seen. And now we find out in February of 2025, it wasn't even on the knife sheath. Now, a lot of people don't believe this. It's all in the documents. It's all in the records. Every little thing that we talk about is in the court files. They knew this. And then they had to say, oh, we've already gone this far. We need to push it to the end. You're getting a plea deal. We're never going to let all this out in a courtroom. Because believe me, there were true crime sleuthers, whatever you want to call us, in looking into this. Remember, I have a PhD background in 48 Hours, Dateline, and another series. Okay. Us armchair detectives, some of us do have a background in doing certain things. But, there are mothers that are looking into this that just can't believe it with their own gut instinct and intuition, and they know something's wrong. And they find things that were wrong in these cases, just like in the John Benet Ramsey case, just like in the Gypsy Rose case, just like in other cases, the Delphi, the Memphis. Karen Reed. Even in the Nancy Guthrie case right now, there's a lot that doesn't add up. Okay? We live in a data age, a digital age, that we are now seeing things as they unfold in real time, and we are questioning this narrative that they are trying to sell us. And some of those narratives, some of those people who have put out these narratives are now leaving and retiring, just like half of these people involved in the Idaho 4. They either retired, took their pensions, left, transferred, took jobs at the university. This is a threat to national security. This is. And is this threat AI technology? I have said on every single one of my streams. Every single one of them. You decide. Yes, folks. You decide where the truth ends and the programming begins. Idaho 4 shocked the nation. And beneath that tragedy, questions still burn about the truth, technology, and control. Was this a straightforward homicide investigation, or a story shaped by media algorithms, genetic forensics, IgG, and AI-driven policy, or even policing? Think about this. Is every case now going to be driven by IgG, DNA that doesn't match in CODIS? What is the end game? What is the end goal here? What is it? As much as they wanted to find a connection, they couldn't find one. Absolutely, this technology that they're trying to push is not perfect. It is not perfect. I've personally been in a situation that had a whole nother situation happening right at the same time. I believe it. When those things cross and intersect, I believe it. I truly believe it, that a crime took place and two other people learned about the crime and they were silenced forever because they probably witnessed what happened. As much as I believe that to be true. I was unaware of the other crime until well after the fact. and fingers got pointed at me, but the authorities knew what happened. Why were they trying to cover it up and point at you? Why were they trying to, I mean, was there wrongdoing in this process? Were they trying to frame you for something? The blood in the crime scenes don't match the LA body cam. Absolutely. I agree. Nancy Guthrie looks like a distraction. The threat is, yeah, it is too. It definitely is. It is a threat to our intelligence. It is a threat to national security. I mean, if we are really talking about Operation Take Back America, I have talked about this before. If you do not know what Operation Take Back America is, please be aware. Operation Take Back America, I'm going to pull it up for you so you can see it for yourselves. Okay? They are in the process, and it makes total sense to me. It makes 100% total sense to me. It's trying to pull it up. Hold on. The story's unavailable. Of course. Because this is exactly what it was. I don't know why they would delete it. I'm going to show you what I see in the repository, and I'll see if I can find this. This is wild. Operation Take Back America was announced in 2020. I want to say late 2024. And DOJ and DEA announced major drug bust under Operation Take Back America. Now, we know, in fact, there are illicit drugs on the street killing people. This is no secret. It is an immigration policy wrapped up in whatever you want to call it. It is an immigration policy, and it's addressed to all the attorney generals. All the players are in on this. Okay? All the players. It's all of them involved. They want to take back our country and get these horrible drugs off the street. But if they're running operations in the midst of all this, then that puts more people at danger. I think it puts a lot more people at risk, in my opinion. Now, it's not uncalled for them to run operations like this. Operation Take Back America, I think it started in 2024. It was announced March 6, 2025. And it's basically OCDETF, which I've talked about many a times. It's a task force that operates with other agencies like the attorney generals, like the sheriffs, because obviously your sheriff has higher authority in these counties than you would imagine. And it's repelling the invasion of illegal immigration, and it's achieving total elimination of cartels and transitional organized crime. It establishes Homeland Security Task Force, and it charges the most serious people. They want to get these criminals out of our country, off of our streets, and hopefully retake back a lot of these universities that have been infiltrated, a lot of these businesses, a lot of the farmers. I mean, oh my God, there was a lady who reached out to me and told me about something going on in Texas that was wild. I thought she was just telling me a story. And I started looking into it, and I realized it was not just a story. It was factual. It was true. They were taking over farmers' businesses because the farmers were at brink of failing in their crops and all these other things. And these old time farmers that have been around for a long time were struggling. The cartels found a way to reach them and help bump up business by using and taking over of their barns, their equipment, their moving equipment, their transportation equipment. And lo and behold, all of a sudden, you're in the middle of a freaking nightmare because your livelihood was threatened due to the economy. Now, I know that this sounds really odd, okay? But this is happening in our neighborhood, in our country, in our towns. This is happening, folks, whether you believe it or not. Was Idaho 4 the crux of the 3-year takedown of the cartel? Possibly. That is a whole theory that people have been working this case around. Was there an overdose that affected the cartel? I mean, the Idaho 4, that maybe the cartel had some involvement or someone was pushing these through the college? Possibly. Why would it be so important to cover something up like this? Let me ask you this. Why would someone want to cover up something like this to the general public? Why do you think they would want to cover it up? The nation is still in shock about injustice 3 years later. I do. I am. Investigations no longer have integrity. It's scary. Can't always depend on AI. I agree. I agree. Okay, so did you see someone walk up to the house across the street from 1112 shortly after 3 a.m. on the right side in a hoodie? No, but I will go back to that time frame at 3 a.m. And if that 3 a.m. was the girl whose sworn statement corroborates that she walked up, that is the girl in the hoodie. We've talked about the 3 a.m. person that heard music, heard some things going on, and we think maybe it's possibly cleanup. She walks up, I think, at like 2:59. Let me see if I can share that with you real quick. If that is the individual you're talking about in the hoodie. So here's 2:56. I'll play it a little faster. See if that's 2:59. Throw it up on the screen for you. See if this is the person you're talking about. She walks up and barely see. One second. That person? So that person at 2:59, there is a statement, there is a video. It is on Connor's channel. And if you have never seen Connor's videos, he's got some great ones. And he does have a new one up that I don't know if we reviewed that. Did we review that, Rachel? Did we review that live? I think we did. So that body cam, I think it's Officer Schneider part 5. He walks into that. Is it part 5? No, it's not part 5. Give me 1 second. I'll show you. Is it possible 2? No. Is it this one? Hold on. This is the one. The girl has the same sweatshirt on. Okay, here. This is the one that you're talking about. The one that shows up at 3 a.m. And here it is.
Letting my dog out throughout the night, but I didn't hear anything.
Okay.
She didn't hear anything.
I asked like
Gunshots.
Just anything suspicious. Any yelling, any screaming, any fighting. Just anything suspicious.
Hear anything.
Okay.
Can I ask like gunshot? Is that what you're asking?
Just anything suspicious.
The way she asked that question, folks, I mean, this is a good time to review this. Like, the way she asked the question, listen to how she phrases this.
9:30. I was letting my dog out throughout the night, but I didn't hear anything.
Okay.
Can I ask like gunshot? Is that what you're asking?
Just anything suspicious. Any yelling, any screaming, any fighting. Nothing. Any cars peeling out. Anything idling outside for a long time.
Idling outside.
Noticed.
A car idling outside. Holy moly. It's like they knew. And they're asking them to give the information, but these people are hesitant. They are seriously hesitant. I mean, look. Yeah, a super specific question. What does he mean by okay? What's wrong with these cops? Oh yeah, Connor's excellent. Shout out to Connor. Phoenix, I sent you an email with the background. Okay. I'll take a look at that real quick. But let's finish listening because he goes on to go interview the person that we just saw walk up.
Oh, the house was pretty quiet. I know that they had people over like Friday, but it was really quiet yesterday.
Okay.
So no.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. I will say those girls over there. I don't know. You've probably seen us staring through the window.
Okay. And it's upstairs?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay, thanks. Hey, guys. Okay. Can you guys, is it okay if you guys walk for now? Hope we get it.
We're going to have to find a place to park.
Okay, because there's a chance, if you guys want to use your car later, that this road's going to be completely blocked off from people going or leaving. So it might be best for you guys to walk. Just that way you can at least leave if you want to later. But we're having a big trailer come. So.
All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for all
Yep. I'm going to come with you.
Here he goes to interview the person that walked in.
Addresses. Hey guys. Hey, I'm Ryan with Moscow. Who all lives here? You four? Who was all staying here last night? Everybody was? Okay. She mentioned that somebody heard or saw something maybe.
I was walking home from the club at 3 a.m.
Okay.
I really don't know. I was drunk. But like, I think it was, I don't know if it was music or just some like a loud noise like that. But at 3 a.m. I was walking like,
And you just heard something from where?
yeah, I don't know if it was music or like.
Do you know where you heard it from? Where it came from?
No, I was just walking right there. And then I just walked home.
Okay.
There was someone just being loud. Was it Xana's? I don't know. It just was loud.
Was it like music playing on the speaker? Was it someone singing something?
Did she say, was it Xana's?
Being loud. Was it Xana's? I don't know. It
Yeah.
just was loud.
Was it like music playing on the speaker? Was it someone singing something?
Really drunk.
Okay. And that was at 0300 or at 3 a.m.?
I think so. I can get my phone and tell you when I got home.
Yeah, that'd be great. What was your first name? What's your last name?
What kind of lights are these inside? Or is that the walls?
Sorry, dog.
I'm the canine handler, so probably smells my
There's a
dog.
dog in there.
This says 2:34, but I went from the club to Kappa Kappa Gamma and then walked home, so I'm pretty sure it's around 3.
She went from the club to Kappa Kappa.
And heard you think it was music up that way?
I don't know. I might have been imagining it. God.
Okay. Thank you guys. If you hear anything, obviously give us a call. Okay.
Do you have any updates?
I can't. I'm sorry. You guys are just gonna have to wait for it all to come
How
out.
long are you reserved?
Yes, you guys are safe. I mean,
You guys are going to have to wait for it all to come out. Well, we've been waiting 3 years plus. Hello.
I would just make sure that you guys stay with each other and everything like that. Okay, just normal stuff, but you guys are safe. As of right now, we don't know exactly what everything that's going on. So
Is anyone in the hospital? Can you tell us that?
I can't tell you guys.
Ah!
I apologize.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Is anyone in the hospital?
With everything.
Did you hear her?
Yes, you guys are safe. I mean, I would just make sure that you guys stay with each other and everything like that. Okay, just normal stuff, but you guys are safe. As of right now, we don't know exactly what everything that's going on. So
Is anyone in the hospital? Can you tell us that?
I can't tell you guys anything. I apologize. Sorry.
Will you be notifying the families soon?
Well, we'll be notifying the families.
Families.
Yeah, as soon as we can. That's our first goal, right? We don't want any information to get out and then be notified in any other way. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so there was your. Does anybody answer this? I don't think we've watched this.
Hey man, Ryan with Moscow. Are you and your roommates?
Yeah.
You mind if I step in and talk to everybody? Hey, just you two?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys hear or see anything last night? Anything suspicious? Anything going on?
We did, unfortunately. Yeah.
Nothing? Okay. Were you guys both here last night?
Yeah.
Okay. What were you guys doing last night? Sleeping? Watching a movie?
Yeah, we were just hanging out. We were just drinking a little bit and just hanging out. Yeah, we were up until probably 3:30.
Yeah, 3:34.
3:34 and never.
Nothing. Yeah, it was pretty quiet.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks. If anything comes up, if you hear anything, give us a call.
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Take care.
Oh, this is the one I wanted to finish watching. We never finished watching this one. He goes right back up to the house. There was the key.
Here, I came around back when we first got here, and there's a back door that was open with one track of footprints in the snow. But I don't know if they're old or not. It's pretty frozen. And then it looks like they came down this way, and there's one footprint that comes off the side here, right by kind of that bigger rock on the edge of the snow there. I did create some tracks coming up originally on accident.
Who was first respond, or how did the call even come in?
It came in. There's a medical. He was one of the first ones here. The one writing the warrant right now.
Yeah.
Guys, bring the train. All right. Sure to meet like this. In better days.
I know. Yeah. We are.
Oh, we've met. Yeah.
So that's Talbot right here. Jeff Talbot. That's Captain Lanier. And the other guy is Gilbertson, the guy that has his back to us.
Yeah, they're just shortly behind us. So,
Okay. Well, we kind of got the roadblock so you can make the turn, but we're going to pull you right up in here.
Yeah. Okay.
We have an officer in the back, and then there is one door we couldn't get open. It's locked with a padlock. Apparently, it belongs to the company, but it's padlocked, and they don't think anybody's in there or anything like that. It's just storage. But the house should be clear other than that.
I saw something. Hold on a minute. I'll go back a minute.
I don't think anybody's in there or anything. Good. Good. Busy. You? Yeah. No. Surely not.
Who's primary?
Mitch Nunes. He's a newer officer. He's good, smart. I'm actually trying to get him to be a DRE, so.
Is anybody inside it?
Do you need any hand warmers?
Let Aaron know he called me and said to start plugging cameras in to start swapping batteries. You guys showed up
Huh? Yeah, they just got here.
Okay, thank you. I'll be right there. Only sounds out in the parking lot.
I'll start moving these for you. I think he's going to come move his pickup too. So.
All right, I just wanted to go back for 1 second and let's talk about this real quick, because I know a lot of people are saying that these body cams are not the right time. And if you notice, the body cams say November 13th, 2022, 1422 is 2:42. That's military time. And if you look at the laptop screen, it says 2:42 Sunday, November 13th. So obviously there is no time delta in the body cams. Just wanted to be clear on that.
Yeah. Hi. Do you live up in the apartments up top?
No, I'm getting my sister.
You're getting your sister. Where's she live in? You want to just have her walk down to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I stay here?
Yeah, I'll move some of these cones so you can back up right here, okay? Huh? Oh, I mentioned to tell that news was riding it, but they just walked right in, so. You got something behind you.
Okay, so that was the end of that. Not much else going on in that. So who was this random guy who had this backpack? And did anybody notice that this guy on the porch in the flannel shirt that they have scrubbed or blocked out, did anyone notice the backpack in any of the crime scene pictures? It looked like, let me see if I can go back and actually get this footage right at the moment the light comes on. Let's see if I can grab that. Let's see if that will work. He comes up from under the balcony. I'm going to play it for a little bit normal. Let's see if this comes back out. Here it comes. Let's see if I can get a screenshot of this guy walking up in color. What is he doing? Is he trying to lift his body up on the rail so you don't hear him walk up? Is that what he's doing? See if I can get a better shot in slower motion. Is that a black backpack? Sure looks like it. Holy frick. What is... Let's see. It does look like a black one. Okay, so if it was white at night, it would be black during the day. Is there any markings on this backpack? Let's see if I can grab it again, and then I'm going to go through the crime scene pictures. 144. He's got a hoodie on. Does it look like a hoodie? Does he have a hoodie underneath a flannel? Who is this? Yeah, it's a black backpack. Let me grab this screenshot. Looks like he's got boots on. Who in the world is this? And who is behind him? Or is that where they spliced it together and that's just him duplicated? But they blocked it out. And then they unblur it there. We should call this guy the Invisible Man. Where does he go? There's no way. There's no freaking way he would have dropped from this balcony over. There's no freaking way. That's pretty... The boogeyman. Holy shit. That's... Gypsy. You just made my heart... like, oh my gosh. Are these folks' clothes stained? Oh shit. Oh my god. Caleb. I don't know. There's no way he would have jumped over this balcony down below. Do you think? I know you speak freely, and that's okay, Caleb. I'm going to go back and look. I don't know. The police would know. They would definitely know. Let me go back a little more. When he starts walking up underneath the balcony. And who is in this car? At first, I thought it was a Toyota Prius. Let me get this guy to walk up here. 1 or 2. There's a car coming in. I see the car coming in. I'm looking at anything else in the background pictures that may seem a little off. We know that the guy just came home in the truck. This guy disappears. Look at his hand. Who in the world is in a flannel shirt and a black backpack? The light went on. It probably spooked him out. The light went on. He's in front of the window, now off to the side. I don't see anything in his shadow. We know he's still standing there because you see him move after. What is this car waiting for him? A signal? What? Snyder asked the girl, did you see any cars or hear any cars idling? It didn't look like they turned off their car. I've got this on super slow right now, guys. Lookouts? What are your thoughts? Is this a lookout person? I don't know if the clothes are stained. Track his shadow. Let me take this off the screen so you can see the shadow. Now this is playing super slow, by the way. Yeah, I can clean up the images. I can put, oh, you know what? Well, I'm on here. Hold on a minute. I can put it in You can see the shadow on the porch. Do you see them moving? There is somebody either in the window. There's somebody who looked out the window. He doesn't go inside. He's looking in the window. He's looking in the window. Yeah, the Banfield boy, it's not him. Totally different stance. His jacket changed too. Where did he go? He was looking in the window. I don't think he went in the door. Definitely, it looks like a creeper to me. Okay, so let me put this recording that I have. Let me change and add a filter on it. And let me see what I get. Hold on. Softer. Let me see if this works. He walks up. Boy, I can see a clearer picture on this one. Holy crap. Hold on, let me save this one and I'll put this one up there. Let me see if I can lighten it. It's a black backpack. Wow. Let me adjust this exposure and then I'm going to put it up. I don't see him in regards to... No, I think this is the best I'm going to get it. Let me save this and I'll put it up on the screen real quick. Hold on a minute. He just totally disappears. Did he go inside? I think only the people that live there would know. This is wild. All right, you got 10 seconds. I don't see anything else going on in this video. I've gone through the whole entire video. This guy never comes back. Never seen. The lights go on left and right. There's not much else. This light keeps coming on and off. Another car comes in. I was really curious. This is the 156. Gower allegedly drops off the girls. JD comes home. Remember, we have that other mysterious person walking around the other house, 1118. Let me save this to my computer and I'm going to add it in here. There's nothing else that happens except for these lights come on for a period of time between 206 on my notes, and then they turn off at 2:20, I believe. Another car comes in, 2:08, dropping somebody else off. Car leaves right after that. And there's not much else movement other than what we see on the other video that starts at 2:25. This is the oddest thing. So this video that they silenced, there's about 2 minutes of live audio on the other feed that they sent, but it's got a lot of audio where somebody walks in and gasps. That looked like the Ford Explorer to me at 2:26. It stops and it parks in front of the house at 2:26. So whatever happened, they let Hunter know for sure. Now, I'm going to, allegedly, obviously, for sure. Stage for us, and let's watch this video. All right, here we go. I just saved this video in a different color. Downloads. Here we go. Let's see if this color change on this video makes any sense to us. Let's see if we can see anything that we didn't see before. Here we go. There was a ladder set up at 1122 and still no one calls 911. I agree. It doesn't make sense. All right, let me add this here and let's see if this color change makes any difference. So he's going to come up onto the underneath the balcony, which anybody could have walked underneath the balcony. You can see the door open on the porch. Let's see what happens. Let me move it a little forward. Here he comes. There's one leg. Looks like he's got some type of flashlight on. What is he doing? Quietly walking up the stairs? Not to be heard? I don't know. He's got a black backpack on. There's that frame. Either both frames have meshed or there was another person there. I don't know. Goes to the side. Doesn't. He's hiding. Dude, he's hiding. No, this is before the other girls left. This guy is trying to hide. He's quietly walked up to somebody's balcony, trying to tippy-toe, watching the porch. Car parks. There was no shadow of the door open. I didn't see anything. This guy just disappears. Watch inside those 3 vehicles closest to the house. I thought somebody may have been in this truck. There's somebody with a line of sight right into 1122. The people in the car can see right down there. His backpack looked open. Okay, this person looks like he's going in the house looking for someone. I don't know. The door is in the middle of this balcony. The front door is in the middle of the balcony. They put their brake lights on. They step on their brakes. Then they proceed to leave. Then he goes over to the door. The door opens. Oh my God, you're right. Look at the shadow on the bottom of the porch. And then you see the door close like a shut. Holy crud. He walks in the house. Yeah, the car is there. Oh my God, they must be inside. Okay, so when you look at this picture, he was standing over here off to the side, off of the camera. He had to have known maybe the camera was there. The car sitting back here has a clear shot of the front door of 1122. Could it have been a home invasion? Possibly. Possibly. If there are other creepers roaming around the streets. I'm blind. I can't see that part. Okay, I'll go back real quick. I'll show you this one more time. Let me go back a little bit. You can kind of see when the car pulls off, then he goes inside. Like thumbs up. Don't know. Maybe he gave him a signal. I have no idea. No, the porch does not wrap around. This is what the porch looks like. It stops right here. So he's right where you can't see. You can see his shadow for a minute. He's still there. Now, remember, they did bust people in Moscow in sororities and frats for stealing other people's stuff, but nothing was taken from 1122. Nothing. There were phones left. There were laptops all around. There was God knows what. Nothing was taken of value from the 1122 that we know of. Steps on the brakes. I'm going to give you a full shot here. Steps on the brakes. Proceeds to leave. Then the guy comes out when he starts to leave. Were there any signals? And this is almost 10 minutes before the girls get home and almost 9 minutes before JD gets home. I'm pointing at my TV screen like you can see me, Nona Ryan. I love you, girl. So this guy goes inside. Now, here's the part I want you to see if you can't see it. When he goes inside, look at the porch, on the deck of the porch. He's standing by the door, and then you see the door open a little bit. He goes inside, and on the glare on the actual deck, the fence, you can see the door shut. Wow. He went inside. There's his arm. In relation to where it is, he was right here, and the door opens right to left. The door opened, and he went inside. You see that the door made the deck shake just a little bit. If you watch really closely, you're going to see the whole camera shake because the door shut. Okay? I'm trying to explain this the easiest way I know how to tell you. The balcony shakes a little bit because the door has been shut. He walks over, and you see, did you see the shake on the fence of the balcony? It's like a vibration. Now, maybe he came back, they dropped him off, and maybe he's waiting for a sign to let him know that he's home. I don't know. But you can see the vibration of the deck when he shuts the door and walks in. This guy had black and white flannel and a black backpack. Okay. Now, we know that the kids all dress almost alike. Okay, you saw it, Ink Mama? Okay, yeah. All right, perfect. Now, did he knock on the window? No, but I will tell you, when he walks over, I caught this earlier. When he walks up and over, he's trying to be as quiet as he can be. Maybe to not trip the camera. I don't know. I thought someone was behind him, but it might have been where the police spliced and overlapped. I could have swore there was somebody else behind him, but it could have been where they spliced it right there. It looks like another person there. But here's something that I noticed. He goes all the way to the left, kind of cups his hands and looks in the window. Maybe to try to get somebody's attention. Yeah, backpacks are for books in the day and at nighttime for beer, obviously. I think he could be. He could be. I don't know. Maybe they dropped him off and wanted to make sure he was in. But what you see is maybe a shadow come to the door to open the door for him. I don't know who this guy is. There were no guys registered at this address publicly. No guys at this address. Don't know. But what I do know is that the brother of this person with the security camera, let me grab that the light bulb was broken on that security camera. Park ranger. There is something in regards to this camera. The brother of one of the girls that lived there didn't want it to get erased. This is the same camera that was broken. And I did. Okay. Hold on a minute. Now, they did get poll cameras from the FBI. There is, hold on a second. That's just going to keep playing over and over again. Let me grab this. There were other cameras that were given to Moscow Police Department. There were, the FBI gave poll camera hard drives, and they were at front entrance, and the poll camera, Lansdowne intersection, and then a poll camera, Reed entrance. Why did they need cameras on the 23rd to January 2023? 23rd of December. Why would they need polls if Brian Koberger wasn't even in the area during this time frame? Lansdowne intersection. Let me see where this is. Lansdowne intersection. Lansdowne intersection in Moscow is poll cameras. US 95. What in the world are these poll cameras? Let me take a look at this. Examination of video camera footage in the neighborhood. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see. This is what I found. Examination of poll cameras. Here we go. So, poll cameras. I guess this was discussion of the neighborhood, according to the PCA. It's not right because those are not any poll cameras in regards to the FBI coverage. Where is, that's 95 and Highway 8. '95 corridor. Why would they need that? Louder Avenue. Highway, Taylor, Snyder, Palouse. 95 Louder Avenue. Why would they need Lansdowne intersection and Reed entrance? What were they looking for? Ooh, this is interesting. I'm going to do some digging. Lansdowne entrance, Reed entrance. Moscow, Idaho. Let's see. North entrance of Moscow. Why would they need those images? Ooh, that's interesting. I'm going to do some digging, but obviously I'm going to keep looking to see if this guy's backpack was at the scene of the crime. I wonder if there's an actual report of BK's. I wonder, well, that's not, I don't think so, because this says December 23rd, 2022 to 2nd of January, 2023. This is supplemental sequence number MPD 287, written by Brett Payne. Evidence 907. Let me look and see what evidence 907 was. This is interesting. Let me screenshot this real quick. Evidence 907, 908, and 909. What is that evidence? Hold on. Let me look at the evidence file. 907, 908, 909. Hard drive, hard drive, hard drive. That's weird. They were looking for his actual route. Holy moly, the FBI gave them footage of his possible actual route. Isn't that exculpatory evidence? It's right there in black and white. That is a freaking possibility. The FBI gave them hard drives showing. That is wild. How is that even possible? Special Agent Hilly delivered 3 internal hard drives to Moscow PD on July 16, 2024, right in the middle of their investigation, right almost a year before the plea deal. These drives were prepared by the FBI IT and turned over for delivery. The drives were delivered to MPD and secured in a secure temporary evidence storage until they were turned over to me by the evidence technician on July 25th, 2024. They were labeled Poll Camera Footage DTD 1, 2, and 3. I booked these into evidence with the following numbers. So, who were they monitoring? I am reading Moscow Police Department Law Supplemental Narrative Sequence 287. 287. That is weird. Why would they need... What were they monitoring at the time? Order to redact and seal. TikTok.com. What? I just looked up this case number. What the heck is going on? Hold on, I'll add it to the stage so you can see it. Order to seal TikTok in the matter of application for a search warrant. What the heck? I just looked up this case, and this case is totally different. Why did they log it under this case number? This was signed by Megan Marshall. TikTok warrant. Remain confidential and sealed. What in the hell? What is this case number? Hold on, I just opened a wormhole, a can of worms. CR 22, criminal 29, 222805. Let me see what this case is. Hold on a minute. What the heck? I just typed in the case number that was referenced on those warrants. Let me see if I can find it. CR2922202805. No, I'm not a robot. God, I hate that thing. Why did they need to seal that? Latah County Prosecutor's Office, August 28th, 708. CR 29222805. Why would they need to seal that? Nope. Let me try another way. CR 29222805. Rodriguez, what? What? What is going on? Wait a minute. Why is this a different case? Why is it a different case? They moved it from Latah County. It's filed under one case number. They moved it to Ada County and they put it under another case number. That doesn't make sense. It would be the same case number no matter what county you're in. That doesn't make sense. This does not make sense. What a freaking shit show. The hard drives from FBI proved that he was not in the area at the time of the assaults. I bet you that is exactly what happened. Backpack empty, no report taken. Oh, yeah. You guys, when you say that, this is no joke. Okay? I went back to December 1st. Let me show you. Let me share this screen. Just because I wanted to see if... Why is this delayed? Hold on a minute. I wanted to see if there was any truth in the statement that we were getting of what happened after the murders. And some of the stuff and the activity that happened right after, like within weeks, is crazy. So you can go to Moscow Police Department daily log through Big Country, sorry. And, okay, there's some things going on in here that I was looking for on Blake Avenue. And I found some on Blake Avenue. There was a noise complaint on Taylor Avenue, loud music yelling since 10 a.m. Okay, now it's like 12 o'clock midnight. Thinks there's alcohol but uncertain. Female warned for noise, no report. They told her to keep the noise down. Injury from a traffic accident, suspicious person circumstance. They're hearing strange noises outside of a window. Officer responded, no report. Okay, this is not some quiet little old town that they want you to believe it is. Noise complaint, report taken, kids screaming, making a bunch of noise. It's been going on for 2 hours. That was on Friendship Square in Maine. Okay, then a suspicious person circumstance on Salmon Street. Hearing screaming on the north side, sounds like screaming, females and male voices. Officer responded, again, no report. traffic accident, structure fire, complaint from a smoke from a generator, fire responded, police responded, no report. Suspicious person again that night over by the church, male was in the parking lot. Thought he was taking pictures of videos of children in that area. Officer responded, no report. Okay. Disorderly conduct, 12:37 a.m. Officer out with a disorderly subject. No report. Disabled vehicle, theft, Palouse Drive, right around the corner. A complaint of Social Security cards stolen. No report taken. Hit and run on Perimeter Drive. Cold hit and run happened last night. No report. A hit and run, no report? Really? Another suspicious person. No report. There's a tent under the bridge at Mountain View Park. Thinks needs to be checked. No report. No report. No report taken. Loitering. No report. Male begging for money at 2:17 in the morning. Another one, hit and run. No report. Suspicious person again at 2 in the morning, almost 3. No report. Problem parking, traffic hazard, reckless endangerment, VIN inspection, disabled vehicles, stray animals, threatening at, at night, 9 o'clock at night. No report. Suicidal person says he's suicidal, depressed, and angry. Officers responded. No report. Other calls. No report. I know reports cost money. It takes time to fill out a report. You have to do an investigation. I get it. But why is there no report? Yes, Les asked me to make that song, No Report. I made the song. I'm going to play the song and then I'm going to jet. I got something to do. Nothing to see here, folks. I'll play the song first.
Mrs. Higgins saw a ghost in her prize-winning petunias. Said it looked a lot like old man Jones, who's been missing since last Junius. Called up the station, her voice in a tizzy. The dispatcher yawned and said, now, is he making you dizzy? No report taken. Oh, nothing to see here in our quiet little college town. Just another Tuesday with a body underground. Sheriff's playing solitaire. The deputies napping. While the whole dang city grid is quietly collapsing. The banker's new convertible, it vanished in the night. Left a note that just said, sorry, didn't feel right. Officer Miller shrugged, chewing on a toothpick. Said car probably just ran off. They do that, it's a neat trick. No report taken. Oh, nothing to see here in our quiet little college town. Just another Tuesday with a body underground. Sheriff's playing solitaire. The deputies are napping. While the whole dang city grid is quietly collapsing. They've got a filing cabinet labeled things we shouldn't know. Full of alien sightings and where the mayor's tuppies go. The real police work happens after 5 o'clock. Making sure the skeletons stay under key and lock. No report taken. Nope. Nothing to see here. Move along now, folks. Just another perfect day.
Ooh.
No report taken.
Okay, I'll turn that into a rap song just for Les because she asked me, can I get a rap version? I will make it into a rap version and I will actually leave all the lyrics the same unless you guys got an idea you want me to change. I'll go ahead and do that. So drop it below. Give my mods a lot of love. I'm going to dig into this rando man with this black backpack. I'm going to see if I can find any details on this guy. And stay tuned because we are a digging, and I am going to dig into the actual document that I just shared with you on a fluke, just came by it on accident. One thing I want to share as a bonus real quick before we leave. There is a report that I came across last night that I had in my notes that I wanted to go ahead and share. I'll do that right now as a bonus. In proposed redactions in January 23-25, in a closed hearing transcript, there was a line that caught my eye that was a Phoenix fireball. Page 26, line 6, page 26, line 21. This refers to a witness and roommate of the victims, crossed out, redacted the name, whose identity has been protected, at least in part, due to hostile public and social media postings. This portion of the transcript relates to a question by defense counsel to which the state objected, and the objection was sustained. They are hiding a witness and roommate of the victims. And if you didn't believe me that there were protected victims that possibly whose identity has been protected, was that the one that may have went to the hospital? Now, we know that Ethan didn't live there. We know that he stayed there. His clothes were there. His clubs were there. His prized possessions were there. Shoes were there. Is it possible that someone else may have been staying? Because they do refer it as a witness and roommate of the victims. Phoenix fireballs are always coming your way. This was, in fact, in the court documents, proposed redactions, January 23rd, 2025, in a closed hearing transcript. There you go, folks. It was served to Ann Taylor's office from Bill Thompson. It was redacted and hidden in the documents, and I came across it last night. Give my mods a lot of love. Be well.
February air, winter's hush, no love, a sacred rush. For the roses is all the fleeting glance, before the scales and a fighting chance. We're the phoenix nesters watching from the wire, seeing shadows fall, fueling the fire. Every story buried, every silent tear. Here comes a promise whispered, conquering the fear.
Oh, Lady Justice, can you feel the shift arise? A love for the truth,
reflected in our eyes. We're turning the pages, breaking all the locks. This is our true crime, resetting all the clocks. They sold you a story, a neatly packaged lie, but the threads are unraveling under a watchful sky. From the cold case files to the digital trace, we're finding a heartbeat in this forgotten space. Oh, Lady Taro space, can you feel the shift arise? A love for the truth reflected in our eyes. Returning the pages, breaking all the locks. This is a true crime, resetting all the clocks. From the ashes of silence, a new day is born. For every lost soul, a promise is sworn. The blindfold is lifted, steady and slow. A garden of justice is starting to grow. Shift to arise, pure justice. But Lady Justice.
Brian has been essentially convicted in the media. He has a right to have this information withheld, brought out in public, so that people can see it's not this neat little package. So people can start to wonder if Brian's innocent. Your Honor, Brian is innocent. So if I talk about things that are in the affidavit, and if I talk about things that we're seeking that the state wants to hide, I think that's fair game for the public to hear.